Inconsistent.
Project 2025. This is what Jose's been running on for the past 4 years. He's been advocating for this. This is what he wants to happen. Project 2025 has been the big boogeyman this election cycle.
It's the new boogeyman.
Yeah. People still, they're like, oh no.
No, the old boogeyman was Trump was going to take away your abortion.
Yeah.
Trump is, what was the other one? He's a Nazi.
He's a Nazi. And it's weird because I saw that there was some gay guy. He's like, he's going to take away our rights. I was like, but he was already in office.
You already had rights.
He's been married for 8 years. What the hell, Josh?
Do you want him to?
What are you crying
Are
about?
you subliminally reverse psychology?
I'm going to get me divorced with my husband that beats me. You seen the videos of the guys in Spanish? I don't know if you watched they're like, Trump's going to win. He's going to deport. My mother-in-law is illegal. And then he gives the mother-in-law's address.
I sent you that.
Oh, yeah. It's so funny.
She lives in 25. It's the greenhouse behind the wall. I'm very scared. That was so good.
That's gaslight.
I said that to Democrat, like my boss. He was like, "That's so good." So yeah, there was that. There was he's a Nazi. There was the Russia thing. The Russia thing was
Russia.
Russia.
I love when he says it. Russia gate.
So those are the old ones. The new one was Project 2025. And people didn't even know what Project 2025 was. And they went for the headlines and
But you know what's funny? It's like Trump says, I don't, that's not mine. That's a wish list that they want. That's the, if you won the lottery, what would you do? That's what that is. He's like, it's not mine. It's somebody else's.
It's not my wish list.
It's not mine. I got my own wish list that we're going to do.
Trust me, we're going to do mine.
Yeah. So that's what, and then even
and
though
maybe one or two things are in line with mine, but
yeah, because we're both Republicans, we're both conservatives. So of course, there's a few things that
are going to line up
by default,
right?
By ideology, you know what I'm saying? It's automatic.
That's like you saying that Biden and Harris don't fall in line.
That's like saying, oh, you're Dominican because you like rice and beans, right? You like rice and beans. You like plátanos. Oh, this kid's Dominican.
I'm Puerto Rican.
No, you like rice, beans. Do you like mofongo?
Yeah,
got him.
But I'm Puerto Rican.
See, I believe. But it's like because we have a few things that are the same automatically. You listen to bachata. Got him.
It's not fair.
Even though bachata started in Puerto Rico, don't be mad at me.
Hey, I was Puerto Rican. See, you always start in trouble. That's that division spirit of yours.
Project 25.
What we got?
I'm not gonna read all this. That's up to you if you want to read it.
Hell no, I can barely read.
Basically, the way this started was the Heritage Foundation. I'm leaving it there for the people to read if they want. The Heritage Foundation, which is basically just a group of Republicans that got together. I was like, oh, what if we can make a wish list of what we want to be and whatever. So if a bunch of people got together and they were like, all right, you want to do the economy thing? What would you write for the economy? And then they reviewed it, they liked it, they did their changes, and then they presented it. What they did was after they wrote this, they presented it to the president.
Yeah, what do you think?
And they're like, what do you think about this? And he I don't think he read the whole thing, or he probably is like, I'm not reading this crap. You read it for me and tell me what it's about. He's one of those, when you got power like that, you have no reason to read. Have somebody read it to you, Interpret this for me.
That's what Noel does for me, guys, because I don't like it. So he tells me stories because I like the way he says it.
So he was like, there's a few things I like about it, a few things I don't. Like, it's not mine. Whatever. It's just whatever they want. So that's basically all it is. One of the first things, if you go back to the top, so you freaking, I don't know what you're doing right now.
Just scrolling.
All right. You know what? You're going the wrong way. So if you go to goals, these are the few things that I summarized as much as I could. Most of it is copy and paste. But I just copied the good
censorship
question, right?
The question to be included in the U.S. Census. The question is whether the person being counted is a U.S. citizen. You ever got that in the mail?
What? Census?
The census?
Yeah.
I got it in the mail here. I'm saying this like they're going to listen to this later. But I got it in the mail for this building. and it came with $5. And then I threw the census away, and I took the $5.
You spend it?
Hell, fuck.
So they follow. They know where that $5 went. They tracked it. They're like, oh, that $5 was spent in this area in Brooklyn.
It wasn't me.
Trump said he wanted to do this. So they said they wanted to do this. So now this is an alignment.
And now this is the whole project is now.
As soon as you read the first sentence, you're like, oh,
Trump.
This is his.
He wrote it.
He wrote it. He wrote this in his bathroom in his gold toilet.
Obviously, it makes sense to ask if you're a citizen.
Okay, there's another thing too. See, this is more of a. This is interesting because the Republicans are leaning into this, which is very interesting.
Economy.
To get rid of the abolish the Federal Reserve, the
money people
that collect your taxes. Get rid of that crap.
Oh my God!
Doesn't mean that taxes are going away.
Oh.
It just means that that department can be spread otherwise. You can take those people, move them to different divisions. That this doesn't need to exist.
And that's part of Trump's plan, where he was saying he was going to cut all this extra.
Oh yeah, cut the fat.
$2 trillion in salaries.
Yeah, imagine that's a lot. Think about Elon Musk. He took over Twitter. He cut like 25% of the jobs, and Twitter's still working.
Yeah, Twitter took a hit.
He
took a hit, but man.
But that's nothing to do with the way the companies run. It has to do with the people, the ideology, the way they think about things.
Yeah.
If a different person would have did it, if Jeff Bezos would have did it, people would have been just fine.
This nigga walked in with a sink.
I'm sorry. I'll be shocked if he doesn't walk into the White House like that.
You think he will?
I hope so. That'd be so good.
That'd be so good. Somebody get a plumber.
Oh, here, look, there's another thing too. The project envisions eventually moving the income tax to a consumption tax, such as a national sales tax. So instead of when you get paid, you're missing money. They take that money and they allocate it towards what you're going to spend.
They take that money and they allocate it towards what you're going to spend.
Yeah. So I'll give you an example. Right now, let's just imagine your tax rate is 10%. Right. So when you get paid, they take their 10% before you even look at it.
It's gone.
It's gone. They already took it.
They tell us they took it. They printed.
Yeah, they printed. They tell you. So what they're saying is, we're going to give you the whole thing. You do whatever you want with it. But instead of you paying 7% when you buy stuff, it's now 17. We took that 10%. We added it over here. If you don't spend money, you keep that money. But if you spend money, then we take the 10% plus the 7. So now you can save your money and you can do whatever you want with it.
How are you taking it?
What do you mean? How are you taking it?
Whoa! Hold on, you little slut. You're McDonald's.
Yeah.
And I get all my money. No more taking my money. It's all here.
Yeah.
I don't have to spend that. I could go cook.
You can cook, yeah. You can buy
but even in that example, let's keep it simple.
Yeah.
I'm still buying for someone else.
You want to invest it.
No. I want to buy McDonald's for me.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to get charged 17%.
Yeah.
So they're taking it from you, the business owner?
No, you're paying it. Just like you pay your 7% now on taxes. Now instead of 7, it'd be 17.
Right, but the filing is on the business owner.
I don't know how that works.
Think about it. You're McDonald's.
Yeah, you're right.
You're saying 17%.
The money is from their income.
So you're McDonald's. I bought the Big Mac. It's 17%. In the receipt, it says 17%. You're going to take that receipt to your finance and you're going to say, okay, we made this profit, but this 70% that goes to the government. So now you're saying that it goes on the businesses to take that money and pay it.
Yeah, they have to pay it, yeah.
So the businesses are saying, we're not paying it, the consumer's paying it. We're just doing the whole paperwork for it and filing.
Yeah,
with the middleman on.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. That's what this proposal is saying.
So now think about it. 17% is a freaking lot. If you want to buy a cheeseburger, that's $10. Well, that's a crazy amount of money.
And now
it's $10.70 instead of 10 or whatever. No, wait.
GD. This is GD squared, right? So you guys figure it out. Let us know what it is.
Figure it out. Tell us. Comment down below what that means. But it's a lot more.
Right.
If it's $1, it's 7
do you
cents.
get something?
Who?
You're the owner of McDonald's. Do you get something out of that 17%?
No, that's government money. You don't touch that.
You don't touch it?
No, that's government money. You pay that straight to the government.
That goes right to Uncle Sam.
That's right. Uncle Sam. But Uncle Sam is basically saying if whatever money you decide to spend in your life, we'll take that 70%. If you don't want to spend it, you want to save it.
There's no way I'm not spending it though, Noel.
No, but if you invest it into a property or you buy stocks.
70%.
No. That's not a consumption tax. Now it's a different tax bracket.
That's a different thing.
It's something different. Whatever rules we make for that.
But I still got to spend to eat. whether it's from you or from a farm market.
Yeah, but it depends how much you want to spend. Before us, we take 10% of everything. Now it's only 17 of what you spend. So if you want to spend a little bit, you only pay us a little bit.
And it doesn't change because I could spend that on cheap, really bad food for you, or I could be wise and cook at home, save money.
Well, you're gonna cook at home because RFK is gonna stop all that. So
that's another topic. That's another episode.
He's gonna break down your door.
What are you eating?
With a shirt off.
What are you eating? So wait. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Further recommendations: simplifying individual income tax rates to 15% on income.
What the hell did you just do?
I didn't do anything. I'm not even touching the freaking mouse.
You
I'm
touched.
touching my phone right now.
You touched.
Further recommendations: simplify individual income taxes to 2 flat tax rates. Okay, so another recommendation. Oh, it's not there. Another recommendation. Let's say we don't do this, right? Another option is saying, instead of doing the tax brackets the way we do it now, we're going to make 2 tax brackets. Either you pay 15% or you pay 30% tax rate. So there's no confusion anymore with the tax bracket. If you make below the poverty, I think that's what they said, right? Oh, Social Security wage. So you know how much people collect in Social Security? It's like $2,000 a month or something like that. If you make less than that, you only pay 15% in taxes. If you make more than that, now you pay 30% in taxes.
So the tax bracket is based on Social Security.
Yeah, they're going to base it on whatever the government pays people. Social Security. So if we decide as a government to make the Social Security higher, more people that make more money will now pay only 15%.
But if they make less, they pay more.
I'm sorry, if the people that make less than the Social Security only pay 15% in taxes.
But if they make more than Social
They pay
Security,
30.
Wow.
Across the board. It doesn't matter if you're a millionaire or you just made $1 more than that. You pay your 30%.
Because you're getting more Social Security.
No, not worried about Social Security. Just that's the number that they're using as the cutoff line. The poverty rate, whatever you want to call it. Like they're doing when you get whatever food stamps. Like you make more than this, we give you less money. It's that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And I don't want to go into all this, but these are the tax brackets. There's the thing. The tax rate is at 10%. So if you make $11,000 or less, you only pay 10% in taxes. But with this new tax rate, you're going to pay 15%. You're now paying more if you make $11,000. Instead of paying 10%, you're going to pay 15%.
And you're still making 11,000.
And you're only making 11,000. So some people are like, that's not fair. It should be incremental. But then we're making it easy so that when you fill out your taxes, it's just you can do it yourself. It's like a postcard. You just send it. Done. Easy. You don't need a tax man no more. You save money. You don't got to pay that guy. Okay. That's the hope. To make it very simple. Right now, the tax thing every year, you got to figure.
Simple, but not fair.
Well, what's fair? Fair is everybody pays, their fair share. The way you make it easy is you make everybody pay the same. So what they're saying is we're not making everybody pay the same. We're making the people that make more money pay more. But we're not making incremental. Which is like, if you make more than this line,
this is the cutoff.
That's it. It doesn't matter. I don't care what you make more than this. You're paying you 30%.
You pass that line, you pay this price.
That's it. But that goes, look, if you make this much, which is, again, is less than this. What is it? 60?
168.
168. No, wait, what? That's not what I'm reading here. 50% income tax Social Security wage base. 168 in 2020. 168 is right here. Right between these two. No, wait. No, 168 is right here. So if you make this much, you're saving because now you're only paying 15. So the tax actually goes down. Here it goes down. So the first two ones, they go up. These two, they go down. And then from this point, everybody goes down. You're only paying 30%. You're only paying 30%. 30%. Everybody across the board up. So the point is, okay, let's be real. Okay. Who makes money? Who spends money in this country? The people that have money.
You can't spend what you don't have.
Exactly. So they be like, hey, if you got money, we want to make sure you spend it. So we're going to give you more of it so you can reinvest it back into the economy and keep the money flowing. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to take, because think about it. The government takes money. The money's not in the economy. It's in the government's pockets. We want the money being spent in stores and shipping and this and that.
Goods,
we want
trade.
the money flowing. It's like blood flowing through your
Not
system.
stuck over here like you're gonna hold it.
Yeah,
for a
now
rainy
we're going to
day.
hold it and we're going to freaking give more things away to people.
Right.
Well, that's the goal. We'll see. What else we got? Corporate tax rate from 20% to 18%, calling it the most damaging tax in the country. So basically what he's saying is that the tax rate on corporations is too high. So corporations have a hard time reinvesting into the corporations to make them grow. Also, other corporations are like, I'd rather go to China and pay
Right.
that tax because it's lower.
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper. If you got the money to move, you're going to move.
Yeah.
So they're doing it, you know. The project proposes merging the bureau. Oh, there's another thing too. This is kind of what Elon Musk is doing. What his thoughts is taking these two agencies that basically do the same thing, consolidating them, and now we don't got to pay 2 rents. We don't got to pay 2 light bills. You know, you got 2 managers over here. We only need 1. Get rid of 1 guy. We could pay 1. So he's just consolidating all this.
Every time I've been finding jobs have been difficult, and I blame our leaders for that.
Our leaders, like he's a freaking alien.
But even now, I go to the corporate office of the job that I'm in, and I'm like, I would fire half of you people today.
Yeah,
I could see the waste.
But it's so easy. I mean, every day my job is like that. So I like, I could save so much more money, so much more time. But that's basically what the point is.
And maybe it's selfish. But I'm like, that salary could be. We could divide this person's salary amongst the rest of us here. Because this person right here.
That's what we did.
Not that individual, but that position, right? Not Sally.
Well, in my job, we did that years ago. There used to be 3 men in the garbage truck, and what we did was we got rid of 1 guy. Now only 2 guys do it, but we took that middle guy and we split the money. And now you get half and I get half. And that's how.
Sorry, middle guy.
Yeah. So yeah, less jobs, but the people that are there are making more money. And what they did was they just hired less people as they retired.
Yeah, weaned them out.
Yeah, we didn't really fire them. We kind of just let them work there.
Yeah, we didn't fire them. We
just keep the numbers as what they are right now.
We let them die. Like,
but what we did was we accumulated more work, and actually we just won something more work. With the proposed. Yeah. So,
yeah, you guys got that.
We got that. So let's see. They might be doing more hiring.
What's next?
This is all just different things that they're going to merge together. I'm not going to go through all this.
Keep going.
The project declares that God ordained the Sabbath. This is good. Anyway, hold on. Go here. So this is what I don't agree with.
Se pasaron.
I'm a Christian, and I think
they went too far.
And I think, and I agree with this, but I would not put it in government.
Right.
And this is the disagreement I have all the time with specific religious people, where they're like, I want to give my religion to everybody.
Driscoll.
Well, I was going to say well, Mark Driscoll actually is not like that.
Oh, this is also like, don't involve this in schools.
Yeah. Well, if you say there's a governor that's like, we got to put Bibles in all the schools. You know what's going to happen? Other religions are going to be like, that goes against the religious code that America has because we have freedom of religion. So either take it out or we also have to have our books.
Yeah, either it's unconstitutional.
Exactly. So why do that?
Yeah.
Let people make their own decisions. So when it goes, God declares, this is a good thought.
It's a Pentecostal who wrote this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think they're mostly Catholic. God ordained the Sabbath as a day of rest and recommends legislation requiring that Americans be paid more for working on Sunday.
Let's go. I'm always working.
Oh, now we're all Christian. See how that works? Easy. We converted. Why? Because they worship money. Now,
Jeez.
I'm okay with this, but you got to get rid of this God ordained. It should just be like, hey, people deserve a day
off. And if they're forced to work,
you should get paid more.
They should pay paid more.
Whether you work, I don't care if maybe time and a half at minimum, right? Even if it's not an extra 40 hours. Let's say you're part-time, you're only working 20 and you work that Sunday. That's not going to push you over 40, but still paying that time and a half for that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
like a holiday.
Like a holiday. Yeah. Just make it like that every Sunday, That's why Chick-fil-A is going to be saving money. They close on Sundays, just in case you don't know. Institute requirements for people to relent on their supplemental nutrition. Oh, okay. So this is the idea. The idea is that if they make more money working that Sunday, less people would be reliant on food stamps. They're like, you're getting paid more money for your work. So you should be, it pushes you over that line, the welfare line, if you're making more money. Proposal to shape overtime rules that weaken protections and decrease overtime pay for some workers. Now, this is the thing that I think Donald Trump would disagree with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And this is like, because Donald Trump is like, no, I want them to make more money if they're working overtime, not less.
Yeah, stop taxing them.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Which is crazy, yeah.
The amount you get taxed for overtime.
Education. A major concern. Can you put this on the screen?
Oh.
The major concern for Project 2025 is what is called the woke propaganda. Now, this is what I kind of agree with too, and this is what Trump would agree with as well. We got to get rid of some of these, get rid of the propaganda in general. And when I say propaganda, I don't just mean liberal propaganda. I mean everything.
All
religious. Like I said, I'm a Christian. I don't want that stuff taught in school. Unless you teach it historically. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but if you're going to teach historically, cover all the ground.
Yeah, I'm okay with you teaching
Hinduism.
The history of Islam, or whatever.
Yeah.
Because history, we should know this stuff.
Yeah.
If you're a Christian, you should know this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
All right.
Or vice versa.
Yeah, vice versa. In public schools, in response to it, envision dramatic reduction in the federal government's role in education and its elevation of school choice. So there's another thing too. Like, I agree with this, letting the states manage their own education system. You know what I'm saying? We do kind of do that now with colleges, right? Everybody wants to go.
You're saying on the elementary level.
The elementary school. Let them do how they want to do it. Because if, let's say, Minnesota does things one way and New York does it another, but Minnesota's education system is great, other states will look at Minnesota like, what are they doing over there? Maybe we should copy that. Maybe we should learn from them. But if we're all doing the same thing that's not working, guess what? We're never going to learn. We're never going to grow. You know what I'm saying? People are still gonna. I just saw a TikTok today where somebody was recording the moon, and they were recording the sun, and they were like, "Am I the only one that learned in school that the sun and the moon are the opposite side of the world, and they can't be in the sky at the same time?" And I was like, "That's the education system right there. That proves the education system is bad." All right.
We had a squirrel moon.
What?
We had a squirrel moon.
A squirrel moon?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's beautiful. I don't know. The moon's beautiful outside.
That's the squirrel moon.
Oh, well, you learn.
Whatever
you
that is.
They want to eliminate the Department of Education, which I'm almost okay with completely eliminated. Completely. I always say I want to eliminate it, but I feel like there still needs to be a little remnant of it to kind of make sure people are actually educating. You know what I mean?
It should be the Department of Accountability.
Yeah, there you go. That's beautiful. Doge.
Doge it.
Allowing states to opt out of federal programs or standards, programs under the Individuals with Disability Care Act would be administered instead by the Department of Health. This makes sense. So meaning, like, right now in school, if you have an IEP, the school deals with that. And what they're saying is the school shouldn't deal with that. They do education. What you should do is let the Department of Health deal with that. Let them do the IEP stuff, and then let them figure out what education they need. And then you give it to the schools and let them figure out how to implement that. You know what I mean?
Put them to work.
Yeah. Human Service, the National Center of Education would become part of the Census Bureau. Okay, I don't know.
I don't know why, but go ahead.
Federal government, according to Project 2025, should be no more than a statistic-keeping organization when it comes to education. That's pretty good. Federal enforcement of the civil rights in schools would be significantly curtailed, and such responsibility would be transferred to the Department of Justice. This makes sense, right? So if you got civil rights problem, it shouldn't be handled by the school. It should be handled by the Department of Justice. That makes sense. Why are we giving schools power? Now they have a department of this in their school. We don't need that. Get rid of those jobs. Give it to where they belong. You know? People already work in the Department of Justice. Just put the file on their table. There you go.
Put them to work.
Yeah, put them to work.
Not only that, but then that allows... By giving it to the schools, you're allowing them to make their own rules. We already have rules that are governed and agreed upon by the people.
Yeah.
And those standards should be for everyone. You shouldn't have your own little rule system in your little school board.
Well, they just passed a law, and I forget what it was. The Supreme Court passed it. Chevron. No, was it Chevron? I forget what it was. Well, they were basically saying the same thing. They were like, we shouldn't let organizations make rules that the court has to follow. They're not a legal agency. They're a company or whatever. Like, we shouldn't follow their rules. We should be the ones making the rules. You know what I'm saying? So, but people got pissed off, like, oh, because it also applies to the Department of Environmental Protection. Well, they're like, oh, but that stuff needs to be talked about in court. If it's even making sure you're not making these rules up because you decided, you know, you want to hire more people. You know. Anyway, the DOJ would be able to enforce the law only through legislation. That means that by law. They have to make laws, basically, and you follow the law, you go to court. Federal government will only no longer investigate schools for signs of desperate impact of disciplinary measures on the basis of race and ethnicity. Again, this will be handled by the Department of Justice. Federal funding worth $18 billion for low-income students would be allowed to expire, and those responsibilities would dissolve to the states. All right, so federal fund. So the government's paying.
So the
this
funds
much
for
money?
education would be available as schools vouchers with no strings attached, even for parents sending their children to to private or religious schools.
Okay.
Cuts will be made to the funding for free school meals. The Head Start program that provides services to children of low-income families would be eliminated. For the project backers, education is a private rather than a public good. Project 25 criticizes any program to forgive student loans.
Okay, so the idea is this, and this is why I like the voucher program. Basically, what it comes down to is we have a whole episode, the basement, talking about this crap, where if the school is good, we know this now. If there's a good school,
give them money.
They have a lottery to get the kids into the school.
Yeah.
So it's not like we don't know what schools are good because we're trying to get our kids into those schools.
Yeah.
So imagine if the government says, "Hey, each kid is worth $30,000 a year to whatever school they go to." If everybody wants to put their kid in this specific school that's doing really good, that school is going to be like, we should expand, and we should grow, and we should make more. We should get more kids and make more money. And that school down the street that's failing and nobody wants to go to that
Close
school,
it.
we're going to buy that school.
Oh.
Now we're going to buy the building, and now we're going to have 2 campuses. And now this high level of education that we're all seeking out of is now going to be in 2 schools.
But how are the poor kids going to be able to get in there?
The government's paying for these kids. Nobody's paying. The people aren't paying. The government's allocating money. That's what the voucher program is.
It's just saying this system is working over here, so let's give them...
No, whatever school your kids go to gets that $30,000 per child. It doesn't matter what school you go to.
Oh, and you as the parents, like, okay, I got this $30,000 for my child.
Yeah.
I want him to go to this school.
Yeah, I want to give my money to that. That school's good. I want my kids going to that school.
And that school's like, yo, we don't got room.
Yeah.
Let's
So what's
go
going to
buy
happen
another
is
building.
they're going to buy another building and they're going to expand. And the schools that nobody wants to put their kids in because it's a bad school,
They're going to close.
They're going to shut down.
They can't keep the lights on.
They can't keep the light. They're a bad school. They should close down. But right now, the public schools are all bad schools, and we can't do nothing about it.
Everybody gets money.
Everybody gets money.
Divide it.
It doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
So what they're doing is saying, get rid of the Head Start program, get rid of all that. You know why? Because what we look for in schools, we look for that. I just put my daughter in school, and I'm looking specifically for this program, and we found a school that has it, and we put her in that school. Right? So the school offers it, more people are going to want it, they're going to keep offering it.
But if it's working for you now, why do we have to change it?
What I'm saying is everybody should have
Abroad.
this. Everybody should have this.
Everyone, not just where you have
And
it.
now it's by default, they have to do it. What I'm saying is if you have to do it by default, you kind of do it like whatever. But if you want to do it as a school, this is your program, you're going to make sure it's the best of the best because you want other people to come for it. You know what I mean? If you have to do it, it's like, whatever, we'll just do it. It could be anything. It could be a guy in the classroom just sitting in there.
What are some of the bad things in this project?
These are bad, all right?
No, I'm talking about...
There's Democrats crying right now. We're reading this.
So many images just went through my mind when you said that. But what are some of the bad things in this project?
Bro, I'm reading them.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
It sounds good for us, but there's other people that listen to it and just hear the bad things.
Yeah.
You're going to shut down schools, Department of Education? You're going to get rid of the Head Start program? They're not thinking it through.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. I see what you're
also,
saying.
the forgiving student loans, that got to go. We should actually not give out loans. I mean, me personally, I think. We shouldn't give out loans for colleges, ever. The United States government should not give out loans. Period. Nothing.
For college.
If you want to go to college, you pay for your damn self. You know what's going to happen? College is going to lower their rates. And everybody's going to be able to afford it.
Yeah, because nobody could afford it now.
Exactly. All right. Or what they should do is raise this voucher program to people that want to go to college. That'll settle it. Instead of Harvard being worth $1 million a freaking thing, it's your $30,000. That's it per child. That's all you get. Do you want a college or not? Otherwise, this school that goes to elementary school, they're going to become a high school, and then they're going to make a college because they're going to want all that money.
And it's going to keep going.
Yeah.
And they're going to get rich.
Yep. And that's how you do it. That's how you incentivize people to do good things.
But stop with the whole God thing.
Get rid of that, bro. Come on. You can't do that.
So deep.
Unless you're a private school. Because then you can do it. Look.
Then you can do whatever you
Because
want.
you could bring your voucher to a religious school if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
If that's what you want.
Go do your God thing over there.
That's your kid. You educate him the way you want to.
But yeah.
All we're doing is making sure as a government.
Hey, guess what? If they're doing well, they'll have more schools to open up. Go ahead.
And as a government, you say our job is to make sure that our populace is well educated. So as long as your kid is going to a school and your state agrees that it's a good school, then we're fine.
In this system, would they have like a mandate for testing and
So that's what I think the Department of Education shouldn't completely shut down. There has to be somebody to set
a standard,
standards. Yeah,
and hold them accountable to that standard?
But again, even with that, the parents are gonna realize the standards. They're gonna be like, these kids in that school are freaking smart.
So
yeah,
the parents, okay.
Now, again, it's not going to be overnight. You need not generation, but years of kids to graduate before you're like, oh, they're all dumb in that school.
Right.
Thank God I didn't put my kid in that school.
You don't get an apple the minute you plant the seed.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
All right. The president ensured that any research conducted with taxpayer dollars served the national interest in a concrete way. So this is really good because right now the government funds research for medicine, and then what happens is the pharmaceutical companies take that money that the government gave them to research, and they'll give nothing to the government. They own it now, and they make money off of it. And what they're saying is, no, we own that now. We give you the money for the research, we own that. So whatever you sell, the government gets a piece of that. You know what I'm saying? That's how the government's going to make money. Again, we're cutting jobs, we're consolidating, and now we're making money. All right.
So far, so good.
No, this is bad.
This is bad. I'm sorry.
Bad.
Take it away. This is racist.
There's some racism. Yeah, there's racism.
This is definitely racist.
Remember, we're gonna get rid of this thing, whatever it's called, for disabilities. We're gonna get rid of the racist stuff here. Where is it? Achieve the goal of proposing eliminating the Department of Education. Blah 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 blah. I don't know. It's over here. Woke propaganda. We'll be able to enforce any religious legislations. Civil rights. We're gonna get rid of that crap. We're gonna get rid of that crap. Basis on race and ethnicity, out the door. So there's racism in there somewhere.
Reverse racism.
All right. Environmental and climate. Project 2025 advises any future Republican president to go further than merely nullifying Presidential Biden's executive order on climate change to eradicate climate change references from absolutely everywhere. So what they're basically saying is this: anywhere in the paperwork that we do with any law, anywhere, anything that says any terms of there's a environmental impact and all this and all that, we got to get rid of that crap. Get rid of all that. We don't want to talk about the environment. I think
they don't like their house.
That's what I'm saying. There's some things that I don't agree with.
They don't like where they live.
I'm okay with us.
But we live on Earth. We all live here.
I know, but
you don't want a clean house.
The Mexicans clean. What are they worried about? Who's gonna clean your toilet, Donald Trump? And because of that, they want to get rid of the EPA, the NOAA. There's people that do the ocean stuff. They want to get rid of some of these things. The EPA offices, Environmental Justice, Internal Civil Rights, would be closed, and the EPA staff, including the science advisor, would be selected based on managerial skills rather than scientific qualifications.
So, in a nutshell, restart this whole thing.
Yeah, they want to get rid of it and just. But I don't really agree with this. I think we need some kind of people. We need checks and balances.
If not, you're gonna have a floating island of garbage.
Yeah. So you need somebody to look over the shoulder, like, what are you guys doing over there? You need that guy.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with this at all.
Keep going.
The Bureau of Land Management would be removed. The Blueprint Declaration. I know they want to condense things. Oh, and they want to start drilling in the Arctic. Hey, that means probably even Antarctica. The freaking mystery that nobody goes past a certain parallel.
Right, the flat Earth.
The flat Earth. We're gonna go there. We're gonna start digging there.
Drill, baby, drill.
They're gonna be like, wow, they went to the other side of the wall.
They broke it.
They broke the wall. That's what Elon Musk was trying to do this whole time. I already see the conspiracies coming.
Oh, man.
Look at this. Project 25 will reverse the EPA finding that carbon dioxide emissions are harmful to human health, preventing the federal government from regulating greenhouse gas emissions. It further recommends incentives for members of the general public to identify scientific flaws. So they basically ask the public, hey, read this stuff and tell us what's wrong with it.
Yeah. You tell me where it's not good.
Expansion of presidential powers. This is where they become a dictator. Get ready.
Oof.
Federal employees who do not answer to the... Oh, this is what he wants to do. He wants to make the president in charge of everything that's in the executive branch. Technically he is, but not really. Meaning he hires people to run different agencies. And what they're saying is, no, the president is going to run all these agencies. He's going to have full power of all these. Again, that's too much power for a person to have. That might be too much. That's what pretty much all this is saying here.
Right, like if the president wants to go to war, he needs Congress to fund it and approval.
Yeah. So, that's one of those things where I think the FBI falls under the president. So if he tells the FBI to go kill somebody, they got to do it.
Okay, keep going. Foreign affairs.
Foreign affairs. China, a major threat and a critical of any... Oh, read that word to me. Conciliatory. Move towards it. On a preface, 30 years that America's political, economic, cultural leaders embrace and enrich communist China. And genocide while hollowing out. Okay, so this is just saying, hey, we've been friends with China and they've just been digging a hole in us. We're sending all our companies over there overseas to make money, and then they're coming and they're selling cheap crap to us, and we want to get rid of that crap. Would be dramatically curtailed due to the Heritage Foundation's distaste for what it calls an agency divisive political and cultural agenda that promotes abortion, climate extremism, gender radicalism, and interventions against perceived systematic racism. The word gender would be systematically purged from the documents. United Nations. Oh, this is all the United Nations stuff. They want to get rid of all that crap.
The funding that's allocated to other foreign countries would be given to the president.
That's pretty wild.
That's wild.
Nuclear policy. Let's go. Drop these bombs. Should maintain its nuclear umbrella only for member nations of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. So what he's saying is that we will only protect our specific countries with nukes, which I'm hoping is what they do now, because that's kind of crazy to say, hey, you're not part of our country, but if you get nuked, we're going to nuke this guy.
That is crazy.
But that's probably what keeps everybody in check.
That's exactly why it's crazy.
Because I can point a gun everywhere. If you shoot, I don't care who shoots at who.
Everyone gets it.
Everybody gets it, yeah.
Yeesh.
These countries should be responsible for deploying their own conventional forces to deter Russian aggression. Plans include placing multiple warheads on each. Oh, this is the. I think this is the. This missile right here. So they want to put multiple warheads on it. Putting nuclear warheads on Army ground launch missiles, adding nuclear capabilities to hypersonic missiles, which we should have been did that. Directing the Air Force to investigate a road mobile ICBM launch. You know the ICBM launchers? That's what North Korea has. Expanding the pre-positioning of nuclear bombs and weapons in Europe and Asia. Directing the NNSA to transition to a wartime footing. This would be funded by directing the NNSA to submit monthly briefings to the Oval Office and submitting separate budget requests from the Energy Department, along with directing the Office of Management and Budget to submit and supplement budget requests to Congress. That's a lot of words.
It is.
It's almost confusing, but it looks like what they're saying is that this is everybody be on red alert at all times. Okay? And while you're on red alert, we want to make sure you tell us everything that's going on to the president. Right? And along with direct office management and the budget submit requests.
So if there needs more budgeting to any of this, it needs to go to Congress.
Just send it directly to Congress.
So they can sign that check.
Hey, drop those bombs, baby. All right, you want to read this one?
Healthcare. So, Project 2025 accuses the Biden administration of undermining the traditional nuclear family and wants to reform the Department of Health and Human Services, the DHHS, to promote this household structure. According to the Project 2025, the federal government should prohibit Medicare from negotiating drug prices and promote the Medicare Advantage program, which consists of private insurance plans. Federal healthcare providers should deny gender-affirming care to transgender people and eliminate insurance coverage of morning after pills.
As required by the Affordable Care Act.
Obamacare.
So wait, hold on. First of all, nuclear family has nothing to do with war. It just means husband, wife, kids, Just a classical family is called the nuclear family. They want to reform the Department of Health, whatever, that's fine.
Promote the household structure.
Yeah. According to projects, the federal government should prohibit Medicare from negotiating drug prices. I don't know if that's a good idea. I think this makes sense to negotiate it, to bring down the prices. You negotiate with drug companies. Say, hey, look, we're going to buy a lot of these drugs. So we got a lot of people that are diabetic. So you got to give us the best price possible.
But who runs Medicare?
The government still. So they should be able to negotiate. That's like a department of the government. I also think, again, this is me personally. I also think that everybody should get some sort of governmental. Yeah, I feel like, come on, we're America. We're not freaking Afghanistan over here. We have the money, we have the funds, we have the people. Let's just do it. But that's me. Okay, so this gender affirming care, I'm against this. Honestly, I'm okay with this. What they're basically saying, if somebody wants a sex change, the government has to pay for it. No, that's your personal responsibility.
Yeah,
that's on you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do a sex change, that by all means go for it. But I don't want to pay for it.
Wait, so we're gonna start paying for shorties to get tits and ass?
Wait. If you put it like that.
You see how that?
But
works?
That's not gender affirming care. That's men affirming care.
It's gender affirming their gender by more.
Enhancing.
Furthering.
Yeah, I'm okay. I guess okay with that. I guess this was funny though. Once you transition into a woman, then we'll pay you to enhance.
Make it better.
But you do the first step by yourself.
you get the first bill. We'll pay for the tip.
Yeah. And then get rid of the morning after pill. That's another one too. It feels like, well, man, if you want a freaking abortion, you got to pay for your damn self.
Project 25 aims to dramatically reform the National Institute of Health by making it easier for employees and to remove the DEI programs.
To fire employees.
To fire employees, sorry. And remove the DEI programs. The agency would also be stopped from funding research with embryonic stem cells or promoting equal participation by women. Conservatives consider the NIH corrupt and politically biased. The project would also prevent the CDC from putting out public health advice.
That seems risky, right? If you're studying these things, you should tell people. They're the people that say, hey, make sure you wash your hands before you eat. That makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, they should be able to give us advice. Doesn't mean we have to do it. It just means they're giving us advice, which is fine. They should be able to say what they got to say while we're shutting them up. There's like a First Amendment right. There's another one I don't know if I agree with. The funding and research embryonic stem cells and promoting... Well, forget about this half part. Just the embryonic stem cells. If you already got it, you might as well do your little experiments. You know what I mean?
Yes. It's going to be available.
You going to throw it out? You might as well.
Don't do that.
You might as well do something with it.
That's like in vain.
Yeah. And let's say you're a state that's like, hey, we do abortions here. What do you do with the abortion baby?
We throw it away.
We throw it away. Might as well freaking take your little pieces out of it and do your little experiments. That's how we figured out what stem cells are. You know what I mean?
Yikes.
Now, stem cells nowadays, if you got a bad shoulder injury, you get stem cells injected. By the end of the week, you feel fine.
I could use a stem cell right now.
Well, you go to Mexico, you get it injected. It's like $2,000. I looked into it, trust me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Because I'm like, all right, I'm getting older. I need to really think about
Damn, you're really going in.
Oh, bro.
You scared?
I didn't even tell you. Half the things I'm thinking about doing.
You're scared.
I wanted to make sure I leave a legacy. You know what I mean?
Play that legacy. You're going to love it.
You know, I want to make sure I leave my kids. There's one thing I always thought about too. My family tree. I don't know my family tree that well. I need to go investigate it, write it down, keep it.
Facebook.
But yeah. Get all that together and kind of keep it and, to pass it down to my kids. Hey, look, this is their family tree. Keep track of it or whatever.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Hit it.
Little things that we never got. It's like, man, I want to make sure I give something down, from generation to generation type deal.
All right.
Immigration reforms. Here we go. The mandate for leadership suggests that abolishing the Department of Homeland Security and replacing it with immigration agency that incorporates customs, border protection, and the Transportation Security Administration, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, the U.S. Citizen, and
all these departments. The administration
basically, there's a lot. I'm not going to say
refuses to be. Where was I? The administration refugees would be
curtailed, and processing fees for asylum seekers would be increased. Something the project deems an opportunity for a significant influx of money. Immigrants who wish to have their applications fast-tracked would have to pay even more.
And that's in other countries. Like, I went to Colombia, and they were like, oh, we're trying to get papers to go over. It was like, okay, there's this price, and we can fast-track it for this price.
Yeah, everybody does
basic stuff.
Yeah, we're America. What the heck are we doing here?
Listen,
Capitalism.
when you ship a product, you want it 2 day, you want it 3 day, you want it overnight?
I just paid like $100 just to get something for 3 days. In 3 days, and it's it's not heavy, but it's delicate.
In April 2024, the Heritage.
Wait, but let me say too, like this is part of the Doge thing that Elon Musk is doing. Think about all these immigration companies, whatever things that we're paying administrators and bosses, and we're paying.
And we
rents.
still have all these immigrants.
Every single one of them got special vehicles with special permits and this and that.
Nah.
We could consolidate it all into one thing. What are we doing here? Or what are you reading at?
2024 Heritage says that the project 2025 policy includes arresting, detaining, and removing immigration violators anywhere in the United States.
Hold on. So I'm okay with this, right? So if you're illegal, and I think we said this one time. My thoughts on it is like, if you're illegal, you're already here. We close the border. It's gonna cost us money to come get you. If you come to us, you go into Mexico or wherever you came from. We're shipping you out, right? The way you come to us is by committing crimes. If we have to be called and a cop shows up and he's arresting you
out of here.
Oh,
but if you come
paper?
to us and say, I did this bad thing, but can I stay?
I don't know. You did a bad thing. First of all, you crossed the border. That's your bad thing.
That's my bad thing.
That's
I want to own up to it. I don't want to get kicked out.
Well, you shouldn't have did it. Sorry, papi.
Get out.
Get out. I don't care what language you speak. You go to Mexico. I don't care if you're Jamaican. Mexico.
That Darien Gap, enjoy going back through it.
All right. Yeah, we shouldn't even ship them back. We should push them back.
Oh my God.
Drop them off in the desert.
Yo. This guy's heartless.
The way you came in is the way you go out. We're not paying for that airplane ticket. All right, go ahead.
Identity. Oh gosh. This is more transgender stuff.
Yeah. All right. We don't got to go through all this.
No, keep going.
We already did this. Public school teachers who want to use transitional students' preferred pronouns will be required to obtain a written permission from the student's legal guardian. That makes sense. Because right now, the way it is, if the student's like, I'm a girl.
Don't tell the parents.
You don't have to tell the parents.
We got you.
Yeah. The parents should know because they should know what's going on in the kid's life, you know?
And
if my kid is doing something bad in school, they're going to tell me. But if my kid's doing this, you're not going to tell me? That's crazy. You got to tell me. Except in New York, you'll see. We already passed the sorry. You did the freaking Proposition 1. You guys messed up. There's all more racist stuff, gender policy, blah, blah, blah. We
across the board.
Yeah. Legal enforcement. The view of legal enforcement, the DOJ has become a bloated bureaucracy with a critical core of persona who are...
this isn't anything. This is a statement.
Yeah.
This is any kind of policy. Next.
This is an interesting one. Pornographic and adult content. In the forward of Project 2025 minute, Kevin blah 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 argues that pornography promotes sexual deviance.
So get rid of it altogether.
The sexualization of children and exploitation of women is not protected by the First Amendment to the United States Constitution and should be banned. So what he's saying is, all your porn websites,
out of here,
illegal.
Next.
He recommends the criminal prosecution of people and companies producing pornography, which he compares to addictive drugs. Previously, the Supreme Court has ruled against this. So, this is something that I can see benefits to. But, again, First Amendment.
Next.
Now, when it goes to children stuff, I totally get it. That's something totally different. But I think porn is a First Amendment right. Women reproductive health, blah, blah, blah. Life begins at conception, of course. The mandate says that the Department of Health and Human Resources should return to being known as the Department of Life.
Yeah, we get it. We get this one. Next.
Women's Organization, Constitution, blah, blah, blah. All right. What do we got down here? The truth. Wait, hold on. That was the Project 2025 that's supposed to be...
nutshell.
That was supposed to be scary.
I'm scared.
They're taking away our rights. They're eliminating agencies. They're saving too much money. God knows what they're going to do with this money. We got to be careful.
They're giving us more choice, are they?
We can't have all this. Okay, so this is me. Now, the rest is just me personally. There's nothing to do with Project 2025.
Go ahead.
All right.
Hit it.
The truth. Trump denied on many occasions the policies suggested in the Project 25 agenda are not his, nor did he have any input in creating it. And I put 2 videos of it. Hold on, let me see if it's like crazy long. I don't think it is. Actually.
It might be inverted. Here we go.
I would never know. We still would never know.
And we're never going to find out.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do and what your movement will do when the American people give us a colossal mandate to save America, and that's coming. Heritage Foundation president, somebody else doing an unbelievable job. He's bringing it back to levels it's never seen. Dr. Kevin Roberts, like some on the right, severe right, came up with this Project 25, and I don't even know. I mean, some of them I know who they are, but they're very, very conservative. He's involved in Project, and then they read some of the things, and they are extreme. I mean, they're seriously extreme. But I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. They wrote a document that many of the points are.
All right, but anyway, the point is, the previous occasions, he said it a million times. I'm not going to click on it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's too much.
This is not to say that Trump owns agenda that there will be some similarities, but
both are conservative in nature. All right. Now, this is Matt Walsh just messing with you. You could tell you inverted it because look.
yeah, that's what I was saying.
So Matt Walsh, when Trump got elected, he wrote this. He goes, "Now that the election is over, I think we can finally say that, yeah, actually Project 25." Because that must have made people go off the hook. Again, Reddit is full of crazies.
You know, he could have just added a J and a K and then LOL.
No, but he just put LOL to make it be like, like he's doing this like a freaking, like a freaking fly on shit.
Yes. Fly on shit.
Mega allies say that they can finally admit that Project 2025 is the agenda for Trump's second term. This is like a news article that took his tweet and was like, yo.
Blew it up.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Okay, from the article had boasted that they could finally admit that Project 2025, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now, Steve Bannon, you remember, I don't know if you remember who Steve Bannon is.
Yeah.
Okay.
The boy, he just got out.
Yeah, he just got out. Trump's former White House chief of strategist, who walked free out of prison just days before the election, took to his War Room podcast on Wednesday to joke that Project 2025 is the agenda for the former president's return. Bannon cited that social media posts by conservative activist Matt Walsh, who baited Kamala Harris supporters about the right-wing blueprint. Now that the election is over, we can finally say that it blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Matt
Walsh, I think is very smart, funny guy, Bannon said on his podcast. Now that the election is over, we can finally say that it is for the agenda. Fabulous, Bannon laughed and put everywhere. Other MAGA figures join in. So even the MAGAs are like, yeah, we're going to, Steve Bannon especially, right? Donald Trump's quote from 2018. Steve Bannon has nothing to do with me or my presidency. When he was fired, he was not only lost his job, he lost his mind. Donald Trump talks.
He lost his mind.
Yeah, Steve Bannon was a staffer who worked for me, and I had
already won the nomination by defeating 17 candidates, often described as the most talented field ever assembled in the Republican Party. Now that he's on his own, Steve is learning that winning isn't easy as it made to look. Steve had very little to do with our historic victory, which was delivered by the forgotten men and women of this country. Yet Steve had everything to do with the loss of the Senate seat in Alabama, held for more than 30 years by Republicans. Steve doesn't represent my base. He's only in it for himself.
We don't got to read all this. There's a long quote from Donald Trump basically saying
denouncing
he's nothing to do with this guy. I have nothing to do with it. Then he went to jail. He's crazy. Yeah, he went to jail. You think he made friends with him when he was in jail and all of a sudden now they're buddies?
You guys forgot that I fired him.
Yeah, exactly. And that's it. That's the truth. Again, for us, some things in this Project 2025, like, that's not too bad. I actually agree with a lot of this stuff. But when they start adding things like religious stuff, I'm like, you can't do that. Because it's First Amendment. You can't get rid of the First Amendment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to let everybody have to be fair. If you're going to preach this in school, guess what? They got to preach theirs in school too.
Yeah. And when it comes to the schooling and having a system, there should be a system that says, just like the Doge system that he's trying to implement, just like he has the Department of Accountability and Spending or whatever it's called, the Department of Education should mirror that sentiment, where it's overseeing what works well and adapting what works out into other areas because it's proven. Make it based on what was it? Based on performance.
Yeah. Well, but that's also that same mentality is what they're saying about schools.
That's what I'm saying.
We should do it.
That's what they're saying. I like that part. Don't eliminate the Department of Education, but steer them in the right direction.
Yeah.
Give them another project. Redirect their efforts into identifying what works and applying that into areas that.
But also, we gotta cut the fat.
Oh my gosh!
Gotta cut the fat. Apparently, I was reading something the other day. They were saying that there's teachers that are not good teachers, but because they're unionized, they cannot get fired. So they literally go to school and they sit in a room all day long because they have to get paid and they have to show up to work.
There's also another waste management, right? It recently in New York City, they were trying to ban cell phones in the schools. And my son in his school was given a Ziploc bag to put his phone in and Ziploc it.
And then do what? Put it back in his pocket?
Put it back in his pocket.
That doesn't make no sense at all.
First of all, we're wasting money on Ziploc.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's just a dumb
stupidity.
If you're gonna take the phone away, fucking take it away.
Don't take it away.
You shouldn't, but if you're gonna do it.
There's another option. Put a fucking hub where all they could do is text and call. They don't have internet.
That's true. You could do that too.
What are they doing on their phone? Are they texting each other?
Maybe. You know what we should do? Honestly, they should be like when you put behind the door the shoe rack. Where you put your shoes in?
That too.
They do that with the phones because I want kids to pass notes again. It's more fun, right? Things are interesting,
Listen, the technology exists where your phone can only get text messages. You have no data. All you have is the SMS.
Yeah, that's true.
And the phone.
I want
be able
kids to pass notes.
They will through the text messages, and you get the notes at home.
But I want the teacher to catch them every once in a while. Like, I'm going to read this now. That's what I want.
No, the simple answer is just cut the 5G, cut the data aspect. It's literally 3 separate systems. SMS, the phone thing with the little bars.
Yeah.
You can make a phone call with no 4G, 5G, and then cut the 5G, 4G. That's it. All they could do is text each other
and call. Yeah, I agree.
There's an emergency. Where's my son? Pick up the phone.
That's the school you're gonna vouch. You're gonna want your kids to go to. You're gonna do the lottery. You're like, that's a good school.
That's a good school. And it's like the Wi-Fi. It's a hub, and it just dampening field right in that school area. When they go outside, it works. Yeah. They could text. They could go on to social media. That's where the poison is.
Yeah, the poison is. That's why you should write notes. I still like the notes. It's more fun.
Did you write? Did you write notes at school?
I brought plenty of notes at school.
What was your craziest note?
I don't know if I have a craziest note, just stuff.
Like to a girl, like did you ever yo, shorty, what's up? I
didn't really do anything like that.
What was the notes like? You got drugs?
No, just be like, yo, let's meet up after school.
Okay.
And then I would talk to my person.
Can you believe what Marsha did yesterday?
I didn't do bochincha. I just was like, yo, what are you doing after school?
We out.
Talk to me after class. And then we'll talk to me after class. I'm like, all right, where you going? You guys are going to go chill? I would sneak in with the girls. The girls like, oh, we're going to go to this girl's house and hang out. I was like, oh, can I go with you guys? I'll be the only guy there.
Que freca.
I know.
I love it.
Because if you invite yourself, they're kind of like, oh, okay. And then you show up, you just have, you're making jokes and stuff and they love you. And then they invite you every time.
And all the other boys are like, yo, what's good?
I'm like, I don't care what you think about me, bro. I'm with the girls.
He's gay. I'm very gay.
You wish you were things I was doing. But, it's not Trump's thing. Again, some things are going to be similar. But also, Trump got a whole another agenda. He didn't hire anybody from the Project 25. He hired none of them.
And Trump loves God. But not like this.
I love the Bible. 2 Corinthians.
Remember that?
Yeah, upside down Bible. It's so good. But even think about the people he's hired. The first people he hired. They're not. Vivek Ramaswamy is not a freaking lifelong Republican.
No.
He's a new guy.
What's his religion? Hindu?
Hindu. He's a Hindu.
Perfect.
Yeah. Elon Musk was a Democrat for most of his life.
What's his religion?
He's African. I don't know. What do they celebrate in Africa?
I don't know. They jump a lot.
Kwanzaa? He celebrates Kwanzaa, whatever that is.
Rosh Hashanah?
Tulsi Gabbard, again, a lifelong Democrat, switched over. She's not technically a Republican. She's actually an independent. And Trump is like, nah, join me. He's looking for people that are like-minded. If he wanted hardcore conservative, he would have hired everybody from the group.
The other narrative that I really am getting tired of hearing, the what they're trying to throw under the table without us realizing, the gaslighting, is that Trump is hiring these loyalists. They make it seem like these people are loyal to Trump and not loyal to America.
Yeah.
And that's fucked up. Because I don't know enough of those people to make that judgment, and for the news to do that I know they don't do their research and they have their own agenda, is fucked up to say.
Let me ask you a question. This guy that they said he's a rapist or something?
Oh my God. Liz Cheney?
I don't know his name.
Shit.
Anyway, let's just say his name is Robert.
Gates or something.
Oh, Matt Gates. Matt Gates? We'll call him. I think it's Anthony. Let's just say Anthony.
Hey, Anthony.
All right, let's just say Anthony. Like, all right.
Don't touch me, Anthony.
They're like, yo, you have a severe infestation of cockroaches and rats in your building.
Oh, okay.
Anthony's the best thing. He could get rid of those roaches in 2 days.
Okay.
Anybody else would take them months to get rid of these roaches.
Oh, I get it.
Anthony's the best guy.
But
he's a convicted rapist.
he's not convicted at all.
I'm talking about Anthony. Calm down. I don't know who you're talking about.
Right. Okay, Anthony.
All right, the freaking, what is it? Exterminator. Take it easy, all right? Do you want Anthony's services? He's the best at the job.
Who did he rape? A guy?
I don't know yet. Those files are sealed.
I'm a guy. I don't want him near me
All
then.
right. Listen, it doesn't matter. He's here to kill rats. He's not here to freaking,
How do I know?
Just don't be alone with him. What are you worried about? Let him
You know
kill
what
the
he was
rats.
convicted? He was charged with?
I have no idea.
17-year-old.
Hey.
You saw how that went?
Some states is 16.
So that was the...
Did you know that? Some states in America.
That was the alleged not charge. I don't even know if it was a charge, but it was definitely. Who's the attorney general now?
I don't know. The age of consent in Canada is 16 years old.
Woo! That's another country, not a state.
I'm just saying. It depends. Everybody's
That's another country.
thought. Okay.
That's our backyard.
Let's see. Age of consent in...
U.S. 18 across the board.
I don't think it is. It's between 16 and 18 years old. Every state is different.
New York is 17.
New York is 17. Arkansas is 15.
What?
South Carolina, 14.
What?
Okay.
Rhode Island. Oh my God.
And that's what I'm saying. It depends where you're at. It's all relative.
Oh my.
We thought it was 18 across the board because that's what we accepted as.
That's what it should be.
As a society, we accepted it.
That's him. We were right.
Oh, it is Matt Gates. Okay, let's look at what he said. I think it should be, the age of consent should be 18. Let's just be clear here. If you're going to vote, I think you're old enough for everything else. You know what I'm saying? If you're old enough to go to war, you should be old enough to consent.
And apparently there was an investigation. The ethics committee did an investigation, but they're refusing to release the findings.
I'd probably run by Democrats. I'm like, no, I'm going to stay quiet. Let everybody else think what they want to think.
Keeping it quiet makes you seem more guilty.
Yeah.
There might be nothing here.
Yeah, but we're just going to say.
Or maybe there is.
He's probably pissed. He's like, release the files.
Look at his crazy face.
He's definitely crazy. What is he in charge of now?
He looks like a Thundercat.
What is he doing right now? What is he put him in charge of?
Bro, he's appointed Attorney General.
Okay.
The top
cop, yeah.
prosecutor.
He's like, look, I've been on the other side of this thing.
I know what it's like. He looks creepy. He looks creepy.
But look, are you gonna hire Anthony to kill your rats or not?
He looks like a rat.
That's what he looks like.
He looks like a rat.
He does look like a rat.
He looks like a rat.
All right. With that same thought, though, R. Kelly made some dead music, right? Don't lie. Maybe we can let some of that stuff slide. We're like, look, we can still listen to your music. Your profession will separate that from, We still listen to Michael Jackson's music.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, he was accused of everything under the sun.
Ladies and gentlemen, boya, 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 boing. Your boy.
Project 2025.
Don't be scared of it. Trump is more busy with... Yo, you are really bad with this, bro. You're the worst.
Any labels.
I'm gonna.
That should work. Yeah, you give me a piece of paper. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
for me, when I think about Trump, and I've heard the clips, him denouncing that this is his thing, Trump is too busy being a businessman. The whole religious aspect of Project 2025, I'm not buying with Trump. The upside down Bible.
I don't see him doing it.
I just don't.
He's a religious as long as they get some votes. I don't think he's. Really,
he's a businessman. And if it has to be him holding an upside down Bible to make that business, guess what?
He's gonna hold that Bible.
He's gonna hold that Bible upside down.
Think about what he did before the Bible, though. Remember, he freaking tear gassed everybody to get him out of the way so he can go get that picture. You ever seen it? Yeah, he sent troops out there. They were like protesting. He was like, "I need to get to that church." Tear gas all of them. Get him out of there. It's like, I hold my Bible upside down.
He's a businessman. I think at the end of the day, we need a businessman because the business of the U.S. is really bad right now.
Yeah. And I honestly don't.
When eggs was $8 a werewolf, what?
Yeah.
What happened?
They got.
How could the eggs be more than the chicken sandwich at McDonald's?
That is pretty crazy.
How is this possible? It makes no sense to me.
That's why we got wild chicken in the Bronx now.
We got chickens in the Bronx? Shut up.
I'm trying to find a video. It's so funny.
See the chickens in the Bronx?
Oh, in Queens, chickens found during Bronx. Oh, that's in the basement.
So when the werewolves went up, people were hoarding chickens?
Well, yeah. You know, the Bronx is full of Dominicans. These people come from freaking come from the freaking mountains.
So they're not eating the dogs. They're not eating
no,
the
that's
cat.
the Haitians. Get it together, buddy.
Get your race right.
But I know that there's like a lot of wild chickens in New York now because of this.
That's crazy.
Look, these are some wild chickens in Howard Beach. We don't need this.
What? Who's driving?
A guy on a bike, probably.
No, that's a dash cam. Oh, that's in a car.
Right there.
That's a nice house.
Wild chickens just chilling.
Let me see. Put that back.
This nigga must be like, what the hell? Look at that. Those are chickens, nigga.
Those are turkeys.
Turkeys are huge. We have turkeys.
Those are babies. Yeah, those are baby turkeys.
Nah, turkeys are like up to here. They're huge.
Yo, those turkeys scare me, bro.
Yeah, seriously. They fly too, these stupid turkeys. You ever seen them try to fly?
No.
Look, those are chickens,
Those
nigga.
are chickens.
This guy must be wild. Hold on, let's see what this guy's saying.
Go ahead.
When he first hears it, let's see.
Oh, there's a cat sitting there.
It's a girl.
Chickens. Where?
Chicken.
There's chickens. Oh. No, it says no pets, and then there's chickens. Sorry, there's poor little chickens here. I don't know what to do for them, though.
I don't know what to do. Bitch, that's food.
Why would you need to do anything? They're animals.
Make a sandwich.
One is like standing on one leg.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Nigga, you don't care about pigeons with no legs. You ever seen pigeons with no feet? They just have stubs and they walk.
No.
Oh God, it's so bad. Because remember, they land on the power lines, and if they're raw, and their
Oh
legs
my gosh.
yeah, it's crazy.
All right.
Sorry about that, people.
Otra vez. Stop touching it. We out of here, y'all.
Love you guys.
Don't believe what the news media is telling you.
Or believe it. Who cares? It's a free country. Believe the lie. Nobody cares.
Either ways, he won.
Maybe we're believing the lie. We don't know.
He won. You lose.
It's his team now. Like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah,
Twitter.
we need 5,000 more followers.
TikTok. Follow us. GED Squared and GED Squared podcast on TikTok.
We out.
Follow us.
Peace.